Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. It is almost officially spring and I have definitely been feeling in the spring mood. We have been having warmer weather in West Virginia and I think it might be here to stay. We've been having 50s, 60s, an occasional 70-degree day. And I usually like to wait until the weather sticks around before I jump into like spring decorating and just doing like homemaking, getting gardening and stuff ready. So now that the weather is here to stay, I am ready to dive into some spring homemaking. In today's video, we are gonna focus on some baking. I'd really like to make an artisan bread loaf, and then I would also like to make some homemade cinnamon rolls. I've never made cinnamon rolls before, but we are gonna do it in today's video. I also need to get my seeds planted for our garden. We are gonna be doing some raised beds this year. I had been holding off for years because I always thought we would be moving and I didn't want to commit to something so time consuming if we were just going to be packing up and moving. And that's not to say that we won't move in the future, but I'm honestly tired of waiting. I'm at a point in my life where I just want to do things that I love. So we need to get our seeds going. I'm a couple weeks later than I would have liked to have been, but I think it will be fine. Just based on where we are located, things should be planted in the ground around May. So that is my goal. For now, I'm gonna plant them in little pots, the little seedlings going, so that we can plant those into the raised beds in a few weeks. And then of course there will be cleaning. I have some things I need to get done around the house, so a lot of homemaking in today's video. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Whitney. I'm 32. My husband and I live in West Virginia with our 3 kids. I'm currently almost 24 weeks pregnant with baby number 4. And on my channel you will find all things cleaning, organizing, decluttering, mom life. I'm trying to dabble more into homemaking and gardening and all of that fun stuff. So I hope that you guys will stick around and join our amazing community that we have here. And we are just gonna get started. I think I'm gonna do some of my chores first, and then we will get the bread going because it has to rise for a couple of hours, and then we will get to some planting. Maddie picked out her outfit today. You show them your pretty outfit? Yeah. Wow, look how pretty. I had these overalls last year and they still fit her pretty good, don't they?
I can fit it. It's swag.
Yeah.
It's the one with mine.
That's right, they are yours. Almost 24 weeks. So it's crazy. I feel like this pregnancy is flying by. I clearly need to get some maternity leggings, but I just can't even believe belly is definitely bellying lately.
Mama got baby in her belly.
Mama has baby in her belly. Mama does have a baby in her belly.
Yay! Mama got baby belly.
Yeah.
I had outfit.
Do you think, Maddie, do you think it's a boy or a girl in mommy's belly?
It's a girl.
It's a girl. You gonna have a sister?
Yeah.
So I guess we'll find out. We are still waiting till the birth. So if you guys are wondering if we know the gender, we do not know the gender. We will be finding out.
Mama, how go pee-pee pie Mario?
Yeah, she's learning to go potty tomorrow. Are you excited? also show you guys the baby's dresser. I put it together. It's so cute. It's also relatively affordable in my opinion for like this style. And it does fit all of baby stuff. And what I love about it is, say like this is open, right? You can't open the other ones. They lock. So that, you know, if you have it open, you can't open another one, have all of the drawers open and it like fall. But it is a really, really heavy dresser. We will probably anchor it to the wall at some point, but for right now it is fine. But if you're looking for like a smaller dresser that like fits in a good, like this is a good little area it fits in, I'll leave it linked down below. It is honestly the perfect size for what we were looking for, and it is so pretty. I love the way that it looks in here. Alright, so we're gonna get our artisan loaf going now. The prep work is really easy, but it does have to rise for a couple of hours, so I want to get it started. All you need for this is flour. You can use all-purpose flour. I'm using bread flour because I like bread flour better when I am making bread. You only need about 3 1/4 cup of flour. You do need 1 1/2 cups of warm water, about 100 degrees. I use my meat thermometer to see like what the water temperature is at. I think this is at like 113. It'll be fine. A packet of active yeast. I like the Red Star brand the best, and it comes in a pack of 3 at most stores. I got this from Walmart. And then just some plain salt. You don't want to use iodized salt. Just the baking doesn't work the same in my opinion, so I'm just gonna use plain salt. And we're just gonna get this all mixed together and let it rise. And then in a few hours we'll be able to bake it, and we'll have a nice yummy artisan loaf to eat later. Alright, you will have something that looks a little bit like this when you're done. Looks messy, but just trust the process. So we're gonna cover this with a towel, and we're going to leave it for about 2 to 3 hours, or whenever it starts to double in volume. Now we're having a warmer day, so I'm gonna leave it, I don't know why I said day like that, day. Having a warmer day. So I'm just gonna leave it on the counter, but you could certainly put it in your oven if it's a little more insulated in there, if you are still somewhere where it's pretty cold. I actually might just stick it in the oven and do that, but we'll see. So we're gonna put a towel on this, and we're gonna let it sit until we can bake it later. All right, so these are the seeds I got. We have some yellow squash, some green beans, we have some sweet pepper, so bell pepper, and then, what's this one? Some tomatoes, which I'm really bad at growing tomatoes for whatever reason. They always die, so we're gonna see what happens. And then some zucchini. Now, I'm hoping these are all relatively easy. I know my stepdad for a fact said zucchini and squash are pretty easy to take care of. So we are gonna see what happens, but what I like about these is they tell you like how many seeds per container, like, you know, how far to plant it, how much sun they need, and then what time of year to move them outside. So like, for example, this one says to wait until, you know, pretty much until they emerge in 10 to 14 days, and then you can go ahead and plant them. Some of them say, I want to say it was the peppers. You have to keep them inside for like 8 weeks. Yeah. So keep in a warm, well-lighted area about 8 weeks before planting outside, and then you have to like leave it outside in a sheltered area for a week before you like actually plant them. So they will all relatively be ready to be planted around the same time. So I'm gonna start them in, I got these little seedling pods. I'm gonna start them in here, and then in about, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 weeks, we're gonna put them into some beds. We're gonna get some wood beds. I'd love to do an arch and everything, maybe plant something that can go over the arch. I don't know yet. We're gonna play around, but for now, we're gonna go ahead and get these bad boys planted, watered, and get them going for summertime. So if you're thinking about doing a garden, now is the time, especially if you're in the like northern area. I think maybe for south, some vegetables might be a little later to start, but you could certainly still start them anyway. But again, it tells you like your region on the map and like when they should be planted. So I don't want to zoom in. But pretty much all of mine are like May to July. So we're gonna do this and we're gonna get them going. I made these little signs out of tape and a toothpick so I can tell the difference between each vegetable. Wow, good job. What do we have going? We say we have all of them. I did 2 little pods of each. So we'll see what happens. Nadia's very excited. Are you excited to have some vegetables? Yeah? Yummy. Oh, don't eat it. It's soil. I don't eat the soil. They gotta grow. They're gonna grow. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm letting all of the dough rise. I'm having a hard time with this cinnamon roll dough. For whatever reason, it's very tough, and I'm afraid I'm not gonna be able to roll it out, so I might switch things up and take my Artisan loaf and use that for the cinnamon rolls. It's pretty much the same dough, essentially, and it should still work fine for cinnamon rolls, but I would much rather have the cinnamon rolls than a bread loaf. So we'll see what happens. I'm letting the dough from the cinnamon rolls rise a little bit longer because after 30 minutes it just kept bouncing back. I don't know if it got over kneaded, even though I feel like I didn't knead it very long, or if like the gluten just isn't doing what it's supposed to. So we'll see what happens. Around 2, I'm gonna make that decision because that is when the dough for the artisan loaf should be done. So we'll play it by ear. Like I said, I've never made cinnamon rolls before. I don't know if it was just this recipe or whatever, but I feel like it's not working for me, but it had really great reviews. But anyway, yesterday I went into Walmart. I had intentions of doing like a spring shop with me, but they didn't really have a whole lot in the store, if I'm going to be honest with you. I went there specifically for the seeds, the vegetable seeds that you guys saw, and like what to put it in. I did get some footage of some of the planting section, some of their planter pots. They had some really great options if you guys are looking for some pots for your front porch or back porch, back patio area. They had some new ones, and they also had some that are returning this year. And I also ran into a very sweet friend of mine yesterday. She does watch my videos, so hi, you know who you are. I haven't seen her in like 5 years, but it was so good to see her in person. I was really hoping for some more like home decor related stuff that I could show you guys, but they just didn't really have a whole lot. So I'm actually going to insert a little clip that I took of all of the planter pots so you guys can kind of visualize and see what they have out in the stores. So I'm gonna insert that right here. I did get some really cute gingham, is that how you say that? Gingham pillows for the front porch, which I'm really excited about. I actually had these in my cart and I was gonna order them, but when I was there, I saw one and they had like an end cap of the My Texas House pillows, but they had another end cap on the other side and I found a matching one. So I got 2 for the front porch chairs that I have out on my front porch, so I'm gonna show those. They are just so cute, and I don't know, they just scream spring to me. I love the little like frill on the pillow. You can also do it this way if you like the cream base, but since my cushions are cream, I'm probably gonna do it this way. So I got 2 of these for the front porch, and these are not from Walmart. These are actually from Target. I saw a TikTok or an Instagram reel or something of somebody talking about these. They had 2 at my store in stock, so I took them both. And they are just really beautiful planter pot. I don't know if I'm going to use these on the front porch or the back patio. We do have plans to get new patio furniture. We're gonna do a whole refresh out there before baby gets here. So I'm thinking with the vibe that I'm picturing in my head out there, these will look a lot better. So I might save these for the back patio. And then I also splurged on some baskets from McGee & Co. I don't typically shop designer brands like that, but I've been eyeballing these baskets for over a year now. They are so pretty. They're like the perfect color brown. I love the shape of them. They are pricey though, I will say that. I'll be transparent with you, but I got 2 of the large ones. And my plan is to actually take these little square, what are these called? Cube, like foam cubes. And I ordered faux flowers on Amazon. I saw this idea on TikTok. And that way my flowers last all summer. You guys know I'm having a baby in probably end of June, early July, and I'm gonna be so busy with postpartum and becoming a mom of 4 that I just don't want to stress about flowers burning to death on my front porch because it does get really hot here. We get a lot of sun towards that way of the house in the afternoon when the sun is the hottest, and my flowers always die by like June. So I don't really want to waste money on flowers and then be like worried about them dying all the time. I just want to enjoy a pretty front porch, honestly. So I got some faux flowers. I'm going to put those in the baskets. It's going to be really pretty simple, but perfect for like the, you know, the vibe that I'm going for. That's kind of my little spring haul that I've done. I do have intentions of getting a layering mat for my front door mat. I think my front door mat from last spring still looks good, so I'm going to use that one again. And then I have the same front door wreath, but I will do like a little spring refresh on my porch in the coming weeks once I get everything in. But I just wanted to share that little haul with you guys. If you're in the mood for spring and you want to just kind of see what's out in the stores, now is the time to look, because this is when things are coming out. People haven't quite picked up everything yet because they're not quite in spring mode, but now would be the time to shop around if you can, or if you're looking to anyway. But I am feeling quite out of breath, so I'm gonna take a minute to myself, sit down for a little bit, and then get back to the dough and see what I can do about these cinnamon rolls. I didn't realize it was gonna take such a long time to make bread and cinnamon rolls. I feel like I've been going at it all day, so we'll see what happens with those. All right, so you can kind of see the difference. For those of you who are bakers, you know. This didn't rise at all. I don't know if I over kneaded it, even though I feel like I didn't do it that long, or I didn't knead it enough, but it is very, very firm and very, very, like, it just isn't elastic like you want dough to be, especially if you're going to be rolling it out. So I might still turn this one into bread. It just might be a little bit of a firmer loaf of bread, but we'll see. I'm going to just leave this bad boy alone and let it just sit here for a while. But this has been rising for about 2.5 hours, so it's doubled in size. And you guys can see this is what dough is supposed to look like. It's supposed to be stretchy and elastic. It is it's still a little bit sticky, but I'm going to be flouring the table I'm working on. It did get a little bit cooked from the oven, which happens sometimes from being in a warm area. It used to happen to my sourdough all the time. So I'm going to use this for the cinnamon rolls. I can't say how it's going to turn out compared to the recipe. I will link the recipe that I was following down below, but we'll see what happens with this. It's just normal dough. I think it will taste fine with the cinnamon rolls, so we're going to use this. Now again, don't forget, this is my first time ever making cinnamon rolls, so if you're judging, that's fine, but I've never done this before, but I think they turned out really good. My family really enjoyed them, and Maddie had a lot of fun doing this with me. She always loves to help me, so whenever I can include her, I do. And she sat at the counter for like an hour playing with a little piece of dough that I left behind for her, and she just really enjoyed this activity, and it was fun to do together. But once we are done doing this is actually going to end today's video. I know it's a very random place to end today, but it's just kind of where our day ended as well, because right after this I went and got my kids from school. But thank you guys so much for being here and for watching. I hope you enjoyed this style video. I know it was a little bit more vlog style than my usual content, but I hope that you still enjoyed it anyways. And stay tuned for next video, because we are going to be getting a lot done around my house. And make sure you go check out the links in my description box, including free cash. I am still having a ton of fun with free cash, earning extra money for my family online. I know that you guys will too, and you can still get a $5 bonus on the first offer started by using the link in my description. So go check them out. And thank you guys so much for being here today, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.